Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 33 of the Arduboy Gave Them stream. Okay, so today I will, as usual, explain you what I've done outside of the stream, and then um, we will start implementing the stalactite, maybe the stalagmite, but probably won't have time. So, all right. Um, last time I left you with a kind of we almost finished. Well, we had finished the block, the distributable block that exploded in several pieces, and but maybe I was not very clear. Yeah, I'm not sure you understood because I didn't really explain what happened. I was blocking the Arduboy, so that means I launched the Arduboy and then I cannot relaunch a second time. If I relaunch, the connection fails. So second time it has to problem to connect. So in that case, when that happens, usually it comes from your code. So usually you do something nasty with your code, and then that totally block the Arduboy. So usually, if this happen, we use a small pin, or I use what it is. I use a paper clip. I use a paper clip to press the reset button. But every time I was trying, or every time I was re-uploading, it was blocked again. So typically, if it's block, that means, yeah, your code is doing something nasty wrong. So you have to, you can. It's difficult to know what you have done wrong, but you can usually you are doing something wrong with the memory. So you have to review your code again and see what did you do. So that's what I have done because obviously this has just happened with few change, and that by the way that's another reason why you should try to do small changes if possible, and compile and test. And if you see something strange like the Arduboy is blocking, then okay, you know that this is inside your change that you have done something wrong, right? All right, so let me show you what I've done. Basically, uh, the problem was coming from this, this new directly here. So when I wrote it, if you remember when I wrote it during the last stream, at the moment I wrote it, I said, I'm not sure if the Arduboy will like it or if the compiler will like it. And yeah, no, it doesn't like it. So it compiles, it runs, but probably what happened is the memory allocator is not ready at that moment of the code, because this new is done. It's a static variable, so this new is done at the very beginning of the program, even before the first setup is called, I guess. So when all the variables are instantiated, and doing a dynamic allocation here, probably doesn't like. Even if that compile, so for me that feels strange. It should not compile, or it should give you a warning, say, you should not do that. So I've changed it to init function. So basically, okay, I just have a empty array. I have an init function, and well, I do my new, and then in the setup, I just call the init here. As simple as that. So yeah, and at the same time, I also init the randomizer because yeah, I didn't do it before. So yeah, that was as simple as that. And after I did that, I fixed the blocking issue of the Arduboy, and I could just re-upload and re-upload the program several times. So yeah, that was that was the issue. So please keep that in mind if you do if you do some Arduboy code, do not try to dynamically allocate stuff in a static variable. Just you can write static variable, but not doing a new. All right, then after I fixed this issue, I could tune the block position. I told you I will tune it a little bit. So yeah, that's what I did here. First, instead of just spawning at the same x position, I spawn at x plus 0 or plus 6 or plus 12. So each block will be at a line like that, 1, 2, 3. So they will not start at the same place and then explode, but they will start 3 next to each other. I think it's better. And I also give I parameters here because I also have done some more tuning here. Okay, so the ID here, which is basically the random velocity. I found it that it's better it's better if this one explode in that direction, this one in that direction, and this one more or less in the middle. But if you do this like this, so maybe you can have some crossing, and I find it to have crossing is a bit weird. It's a strange animation, right? It doesn't look good. So sometimes it explodes like that, nice, but sometimes it cross. No, it gave a bad feeling. So I wanted to control a little bit the randomness here. So basically that's why I give the ID 0, 0, 1, 2, and if it's 0 it goes there, if it's 1 it goes in the middle, and 2 on the right. So I remove this, yeah. So yeah, basically, and then I tune a little bit the value, 16, go a bit further. So I guess, yeah, I can show you that just after. Then what I've done after that, adjust the placement experiment. Oh yeah, so we had also, maybe you noticed a bug when we were testing last stream, where we placed the dynamite. It was difficult to place the dynamite at the very close to the destroyable block, and actually I noticed I succeeded to reproduce it during the last stream. I told you, but very quickly also. Is if I press quickly, if I place the dynamite quickly, then I could place it next to the block. If I go to crawl and then place it, then it was too far from the block. So basically the bug is what? The bug is the X position of the dynamite is not correctly placed, specifically when you crawl, because when you crawl, the character is longer than when you stand. So I have adjusted the placement, dynamite placement here. So it's dynamite X, and checking if I'm looking left or right, because if it's left, then if I'm looking left, okay, that's fine. You can just place at the X minus some adjustment. And if I'm looking at the other position to the right, then I should start from the X plus the width, which can be more or less big depending if you are crawling or not, minus the dynamite sprite width. All right, so that was a nice bug. So now I can consistently place the dynamite next to the destroyable block. What else I've done here? just adjust the spray data for the destroyable block to avoid the hat of the main characters going inside. And I have added a quick and dirty respawn. So it's not it could be the beginning of a respawn, but it's not the correct respawn. We will have some work to do about that. But this is just with debug input. If I press B and left, I just respawn. So this is just to quickly start quickly test, sorry, the destroyable block, so I can explode it several times. And the respawn function is just basically iterate on all the item and call the respawn state, right? However, for debugging right now, what I do is I just put the count to 0, and I re-init again. So basically, I will re-add everything. Okay, so it's like I clear my array and I re-add everything. Because remember, the server block, the enemies, they remove themselves from the array. So, okay, so just doing it like that. And obviously, I had to implement the respawn of the block, like set back the property to alive again. Yeah, that's it for this change. And finally, a little change I've done is just rename the sprite data, the fragment to fragment. Before it was the shareable block piece. It was a bit long since I found a nice name for the fragment. So just rename it. This just rename. So let me show you the results of a nice explosion that we have now. So I can place my dynamite. As you can see, it's nice, and I can just respawn the block, and I can explode it also from here, and respawn it again. Yeah. So there it is. I think we have a nice destroying block now, working well. All right, so this item is finished. We can switch to the next item, which are the stalactite falling when you pass under it. And I just realized that I want this happening when the player pass under it, but I also want this happening when an AI is going under it, right? So then some kind of puzzle would be like the player is trying to attract one skeleton under the stalactite, and to kill the skeleton with the stalactite and also kill the stalactite, right? So yeah, it has to do something like that. Or I don't know, maybe you have a block blocking a zombie, not zombie, a mummy, sorry, there's no zombie in my game, and then the mummy will go just under a stalactite. So yeah, and the problem is, when I thought about that, I say, oh, by the way, we didn't implement it, the sensor for the arrow launcher, because it's the same logic, right? The arrow launcher that throw the small arrows, they should also throw arrows when AI is passing by, right? So that means we have a kind of common logic coming here. And later on, if I implement the trigger plate, I'm not sure we'll do it still, but maybe if we have enough program to do it. I also want the enemies to walk on the trigger plate and trigger the plate, right? So right now it's only Rick triggering this, but we may have some other entities want to do that. So I thought about a way to doing it, and I didn't implement it. I just prepare it, but didn't implement it. And we can try to do it now, and I will try to do it on the arrow launcher first. If it works for the arrow launcher, then we can try to implement the stalactite. All right, so the way I want to do it is to use a flag. Another flag is coming back. Um, and then add a function on the map manager to iterate on all the item that has that flag to call to, to call a callback, basically. Um, so let's first I will do that in the item. I'll add my flag in the item. So yeah, I will call them the trap trigger. Okay, trap trigger. So these are items that can trigger a trap, right? And then I have declared also. It compiles, but I'm not sure if it works. So we will see if that works. That should work. I am declaring here a callback pointer, so a pointer on a member function, which I name, the type def is named item callback. So obviously this is scope inside the item. I hope the virtual function will work. We'll see. And yeah, it takes one parameter, which is the trigger, right? So, and then we can have, so then in the map data, let's remove that, this, okay. So we can declare a function like call me back for each trap triggerer, right? And then we will iterate. It's like an update, basically, similar to an update. So I will iterate on all the item if my item is property set item property flags trap trigger. Don't know if I put 1 or 2G. There's 1 or 2G on trigger. Maybe 2. Anyway, I will check after the stream. All right. Then I will call the callback, passing by the item. Right, so I will call the callback that is given in parameters for every item that has this trap trigger flag set. And then from the arrow launcher should call this function. And also, by the way, because Rick, the main character, is also it would be nice if I could call the callback with Rick, but it's not an item, so could be a void. And yeah, maybe not. I need to. Maybe I can just change the signature of the callback and give X and Y. Maybe that would be enough. I'm not sure. We'll see. So let's see the arrow launcher. See, this is where actually I should do it for every track trigger. So we will create a we need to create a callback. So it's check trigger. So I take a pointer on item, which is the trigger. Oh, now I put 2G on it. Really don't know if there's one or two. Okay. So I will, yeah, that's fine. I can create another one, another function for that. Anyway, so yeah, I should check if he's alive and inside. So I will create another function just to try to save some code. Is alive X and Y. And I will move this to here. Actually, I need this here, so we'll check if he's alive. And maybe I should rename that trigger X and trigger Y. And that trigger X. Okay. What is max X? So I need to compute max, min, and max every time. That's a bit annoying, but yeah, we can do it. So I have to move that also. Let's move it for now. We'll see if we can optimize later. Okay, so obviously what I want is to check trigger for Rick. is alive in first. And then I also want to check all the other trigger from the map manager. So basically that function. And we give this as a callback. Yep, I need to give the address of that, I think. So we'll check if the main character is triggering the arrow launcher. Check if the other trap trigger is triggering me. So we call the map manager, we give that function, and in that function we will call this with is property set alive. And obviously get X and Y. Oh, no, sorry, it's it's a pointer, sorry. Do we have a get X, get Y? I think so, nope. It's protected, I should have access normally. All right. I think I didn't declare this function. Okay. Yeah, so obviously I will redo this code for every trigger, which is not great. Because this is kind of constant actually. But I know how to optimize it maybe later. We can because the flag will not change. So I think instead of storing the detection width here, we can directly store the max, or the min and the max, or well, we can try. And then yeah, the special value I would say. And then depending on this mirror flag, we'll use the special value or not. Which is, well, it's almost the same as storing the width actually. All right, not a big deal. So we fire. The thing is, when I call this, I may, if there is two trigger, I may throw two arrows. So we may prevent this. launch time 0, and this value is specific value, I think. Yep, can launch last launch time. So we should probably test again this inside the function, so that we only launch one arrow. So the first enemy inside the detection range will launch the arrow, and then launch time will be 0, then the second one will not. If I have two enemies, I won't launch two arrows. Okay. Yep, that seems good. Let's try to compile. Okay. Let's use dot to call pointer to member function in callback. For example, blah blah. Yeah, yes, that's true. Yeah, I forgot. So the the syntax is a bit sometimes is a bit strange with a pointer on member. So I think I should do this. Okay. Stop compiling. Yeah. Map manager not declare. Okay. Let me kill the Arduino. Okay. No match converting function check trigger to type. Okay. Class item, class item. Okay. Class item star. It's a void. It's an int. No, it's not an int. I made a mistake in declaration. It's a void. I want a void. Don't need to return any value. But why the compiler is blocked? Come on. The compiler is seems lost. So I'm not sure if that will work well, this pointer on function. Get update, warning, assuming pointer to member. Assuming pointing to member, yes, that's what you should assume. F permissive. A pointer to member can only be formed with our launcher. Check trigger. Did I name it to function the same? Yeah. Maybe that's confusing. Let's not confuse him. We'll call it check trigger position. Or no, I will name it check. This one I will name check trigger callback. Yep. Okay. Let's kill again Arduino. Warning. Update. 4-bit taking the address of unqualified parenthesis non-static member function to form a pointer to member function. Okay. Maybe I should remove the address. Cannot convert from. Oh yeah, this one I forgot to change it. Yeah. This here. How about that? All right, so we get back a warning. Cannot convert. Arrow launcher item to item callback. Void item. Void. Okay. So that's what I expected. It's like, it doesn't like to the cast. I mean, he doesn't succeed to do the inheritance. He's waiting. He's waiting an item pointer, and our launcher is an item pointer, but doesn't like it. So that's fine. We can try to do it differently. x6 protected. And y is protected. Okay, well, that's okay. I can give you a get x, get y. Okay, so here get x and get y. So let's do what? Let's change that. That's okay. Basically, if you do a pointer on data member, that means basically that this is automatically given as the first parameters. But if they don't, we can do it ourselves. That's almost the same. It's just less elegant. That's it. So let's remove this and color trigger. Let's just do it like that. And in the map manager, we have callback. Yep. No, actually the callback doesn't need it. It just need the color in the here. No, it's not what I want to do. Yeah, actually I need the color in the callback. That's what I want to do. So callback, color, and the item. And okay, so here color triggerer, and here it's me. And actually this cannot belongs to, or it can belongs, but it has to be static then. I guess with static it would work. Me and the triggerer. All right, so here that's me, and me check triggerer. Okay, and here I should but so I should call this and then the callback. Right, so this and the callback. And the callback is called with me, this color, and the item. All right, does it compile? this time. Actually, I think my Arduboy is dead. That's why. Static member function. Class item is no member, has no member name. Check trigger. What? Ah, I need to cast. That's okay. That's me, so I know I'm an arrow launcher. Okay. Oh, I didn't forget. I forgot to save. Okay, so static member function. Checker go back. Get X is protected. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I make it public for you. Just because it's you. Okay, the camera is dead. Let me reset my camera. All right, we succeed to compile. Sorry. So, but it's useless to test now because we didn't set the flag on the enemy, and we should set testing environment. So let's do that now. Enemy here. So we will be alive and trap trigger for the enemy, and then we need to place our arrow launcher here, I guess. Okay. Well, now we can try to test. Yep, but I forgot to place an enemy. I don't know. Okay. I think the arrow launcher is, yeah, is here, and it can kill me. Okay. Yeah, visually we cannot see it because the arrow launcher doesn't have any drawing. It's part of the map, but it's still here. So let's add some enemy. Okay, let's just add the 3 of them. I'm not sure they can reach the detection sensor. maybe yes. Let's increase the sensor. 952. Static detection width. Let's increase it. 128. Okay, let's start. Yes, and you kill the enemy. That is quite good. Ah! Yep, and now you will be killed by the... Yep! Oh, nice combo, I like it. It seems to work. That's good. Let's, just to make sure, let's decrease a bit the range. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 80. I think 80 is fine. Yep. Cool. Oh, I didn't want to jump. Otherwise, I would. Let me kill the scorpion first. Missed. Shit. Okay, got the scorpion. Oh. Okay. Oh. Yep. And now when it will come back, it will be killed by the arrow. Come, come, come. Ah, yes, there's still that bug. Because I think he fall inside. He's walking inside. You see, he's not walking above the ground. Right, but I think it works, so that's nice. One last thing I want to do actually before committing, I don't want the scorpion to trigger it. So I will just do that. If is scorpion. If not scorpion, set property this one like this. Mummy and skeleton are trigger. Trap trigger, but not the scorpion. Even for the stalactite, I think it doesn't make sense that the scorpion trigger it, and also for the trigger plate, the scorpion is too light, not heavy enough to trigger the trigger plate, so that makes sense that the scorpion is not. All right. I think we can commit that, review and commit. Works. So let's commit. So if we can launch, we check the trigger for Rick first, and then we check for all the triggerer. This is our callback. casting to arrow launcher, call this command function. And here, so remove this, replaced by the parameters, and yeah, and that's it. Okay. What about this one? So we have our to function. What about this one? Yeah, the flag trigger for the enemy. What about this one? We add the flag, we add the access for the X and Y, and the map manager. We have our iteration. Yeah. And here also. All right, so make the enemy triggering the arrow launcher. Add the trap, trigger a flag to the item, add accessor for X and Y of the item. All right. So honestly, I'm not surprised that I failed to make a pointer on class member, on function member. It's always a bit tricky in C++. I like it. When I was more experienced in C++, I did that a couple of times, but the syntax is really a headache. That's okay. Just a normal function is enough. So yeah, I think that will help us for the stalactite. So I think we can do it. What time is it? Let's check. Here. Where are you? Oops, no, it's here. Sorry. Okay, here. 1 hour almost. Yeah, I think we can start a little bit the stalactite. Okay, so we need a new class for that. I will copy the for example the distributable block. So stalactite. I will use the block fragment also for the stalactite. When they fall, they may destroy and explode in pieces. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Stalactite. Okay, stalactite. We'll see later if we need it. Okay, and this. From the logic and drawing of stalactite. Sorry. get that. Okay. Okay, so for that we need which kind of flag? They are yeah, probably none. Let's check. Destroy bolt, no. Trap trigger, no. Mirror, no. Alive, maybe alive. Yep. All right, and we need the update. So the stalactite will be lethal. They should draw in lethal actually, so they can update their logic also in the draw lethal. What did I do? And we need the same kind of code as the arrow launcher, so that's why I did it. So let's copy it. Launcher. So we need this. We need yeah, probably the same kind of logic. Is very similar, I think, except that the distance may be different. So this time is stalactite, alive, X, Y. Yeah, that's the same. And actually, to not fall several times, I should check if I'm alive. So is property set item property flag alive, and here we don't need that. Mean x minus, so we can use constant value for the width. So my y, okay, so the arrow launcher was testing this altitude, so now the stalactite will check if the trigger is below him, no matter which distance. It can be here or here, it will always fall. So basically we just need to test if my y is lower than the trigger y, and I don't care about the minimum, there's no minimum. And for the x, oh yeah, I forgot I used the rig sprite width. Yeah, maybe I should also ask the width of the trigger. But well, this not a big deal, I would say. So we can keep it like that for I don't know, for not making the code too big. But here we just the x of the trigger should be ta, 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 ta. So my trigger x should be or should I make my x? Let's put x for now. It's always troublesome for me to check that kind of logic. All right, and what happened? Well, actually, obviously, we have to implement a kind of state machine. So the falling state. So probably it's not, and the alive will be set to null, to 0. I mean the alive flag will be clear after I fall down. So let's add a variable for that. Name state and okay. So it should be wait. That's the default one. Falling. And dead. So here we should check this state wait, and for now we'll just set it to falling. What did I say? Falling. Okay. Yeah, just do that for now. And here I should check and then draw. So let's do the check first. Check. Check the other trigger and then draw. So they are lethal, so we just draw lethal. We have nothing to do. This cannot kill the bullet. This could kill the bullet, actually. No, yeah. Yeah. Or, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if the bullet goes through or not. Probably yes. Doesn't matter, I think. Can go through. So let's draw it. Like for example, I want to let's draw an enemy, for example. X on screen, Y on screen. So it should be stalactite, just one. It should be stalactite and stalactite. Will be drawn on white and mirror the mirror flag. They are almost symmetrical, but yeah. Actually, I would like, okay, now I'll just draw one, but I want to draw several one, like 3 maybe, like, I don't know, 3 or 4, to have a larger range, but they can all fall together, or they can fall, maybe we can make them fall, they will all fall together, but maybe we can wait few frame to let the one fall first and the other one follow. All right. Yeah, I think that's okay. At least we can check the draw. So let's add one stalactite. Where should we place it? 96. No, that's too far. Like 50 maybe. And we can place it quite high. Like 6. I don't know. Alright, I need to include that. And I need to add it. We'll remove the arrow launcher. I will remove the scorpion also, which is a bit annoying. Scorpion is okay. 8. Skeleton mummy, okay. Actually, I can remove all of them. All right, so let's compile. Map data. Selected .h. Okay, I think I made a mistake in the dot in the header file. Yep, forgot the semicolon. Did I crash again? No. Before expected before. Yep, I forgot it here also. Yeah. CPP. Oh. Come on. Stop compiling. Why? Compiler has issue. All right, so oh, falling is defined. Okay, fall. Rick, not declare in stalactite. Okay, let's include Rick. All right, let's try it. Nope, cannot see it. Not even inside the wall. So stalactite update. Manager. Item 10. No flag. 56. Move it lower 10. Let's move it further. No. Stalactite. Let's check to sprite data, but I think they are correct. Sprite data. They are here, and the header and the header of stalactite. Three, 8. Seems okay. Draw lethal. X, Y, stalactite, sprite width, sprite height in white, mirror X. Start X, start Y, flag alive. Should be drawn. it should be drawn. Let's comment this for now. But I don't think that should impact anything, so let's see if it's somewhere else. It's not here. Not here. Not here. This is strange because I clearly add it here. So draw lethal should be drawn. Switch on the step. Draw lethal. Yeah. Stalactite item. Protect it. Okay. I don't know why it's not drawn. Let me count again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 80, 10. Very strange. I draw in white. It's just a draw. I don't see it. No idea what happened here. We have a lot of items. Let's remove that. No, I already removed the arrow launcher. What is 9? They are the destroyable block, yeah. So I'm really confused here because we did nothing special. We had the files in the project. That doesn't change anything, but just think about it right now. Let's see what diff we have. So we had a stalactite. Here we just add item 10. And in the CPP, nothing special. Just the update, draw lethal. I just draw bitmap, break. This function are not called. Okay. Oh, state maybe. Let me check something. Maybe we have a name collision or something. No. I'll also call it state here. And name state. Yeah, I don't care about the state, I just draw it. I don't care if it's alive or not. I don't know why it's not drawn. That's super strange. Let's remove some more items. Let's just put this one. Just comment everything. Either I don't draw it in the correct place, or yeah, I don't know. Let's oh, yeah, I don't know. Let's let's just add it like this. 80, 10, they should be visible. 80, 10, I'm not outside of the screen. Eighty, 10, 20. Maybe 50. Maybe yes, I'm inside the wall. Maybe I'm inside the wall. Let's say 20. It's like it's not drawn. I am very confused right now. I don't know what is the problem. It's can try another step, but draw lethal. That item. Yeah. Oh. Okay. We have seen it. We can see it. Thanks to my respawn debug function. So it's play one time, then it disappear. It's draw one frame and then it disappear. I'll put it back to 5010. And try to respawn. Because the return value, I found it. We didn't return false, that's why. I could have searched for a long time, sorry about that. So it's returning probably, it's returning a positive value. That is strange, should return a 0, I think, by default. All right. Okay, so let's put back what we had before. This. I'll remove this. Remove this. All right. I will move it like 80, 10. Okay. So I should die if I touch it. Right. Let's try that. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. So you know what? I think I will stop the stream here. What time is it? 1 hour and a half. Yeah. Seems good. Uh, we will commit this, and I think we will stop here. So, yep, stalactite. And this. I can put back this, no problem. And all right, the project and the two class. Okay, so add the stalactite class item. All right. So yeah, I think that will do it for today. So obviously the logic of the stalactite is not very well advanced yet, but we have implemented the logic for the trap trigger, like the enemies, for the arrow launcher, and this will be reused for the stalactite. So basically, when we go just under, the stalactite will fall. So yeah, so during the next stream we will probably implement this step. So implement the proper trigger detection, figure out the correct width, probably draw 3 stalactites, something like that, and make the full state. Then when it fall down, it should. I don't know if I will make it like explode like the block fragment, using the block fragment or not, or if I just make them disappear. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the logic should be quite straightforward now, I guess. And after that, we will have the stalagmite, which are also lethal, and they don't fall. They don't do. Actually, they don't do anything. They just react to the dynamite. So the code is a bit similar to the destroyable block. The only difference actually is that the stalagmite are lethal, and that they are not blocking the collision. You can go through. Yeah. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you during the next stream. Bye bye.